Let's get busy.
My man, Adam Lewis.
How you doing?
And the news. You heard that? Has anybody said that to you? Adam Lewis in the news?
No.
I got the first.
I think you're the first one.
Yeah, you know where it's from, obviously.
No.
Huey Lewis in the news.
Oh, yeah, Huey Lewis. You're right.
Adam Lewis in the news. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That went over about like a lead balloon.
I thought that's what you meant, but I wasn't sure.
How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. Yeah. No real complaints, I guess. And if I did complain, no one would listen. So.
Yeah. No ears on those complaints. You and I have been friends for a while on Facebook. That's how a majority. I know it's kind of like. Are you like?
No, yeah.
Like there you go.
I feel like powder. I should just kind of.
We got a little bit of a glare. You can see the glare on me. Probably a little bit in his eyes as the sun protrudes through the glass windows here at Baxter's. But the show must go on. Film industry is how I kind of gravitated to you through your Facebook page, and we've got a lot of mutual friends, actually 428 to be exact. And probably a lot of those are people in the film industry who I have just really gotten fond of lately. There's some talented people in the film industry scene here, and as I've told people who've been on the show, a few years ago when I think film, I think big budget Hollywood,
Right.
And I always heard of like Cannes and all the the smaller independent, but I never realized what was here in town, what was here locally,
Right.
and until I remember watching a Antonio Pantoja music video. Loved the video and got to see, kind of did my research on him and found out how involved he was in the film scene and all his friends, and I'm checking out all this stuff, and I'm like, wow, there's some freaking talented people who are putting out some good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Antonio's a very talented dude, too. So I met him a long time ago, and we've kind of, talked back and forth at different times, and he's always been supportive, and, I kind of started out with just like those handheld video cameras, my very first short I ever did was just with a little camera like that.
Right.
It was just this little script I wrote. Maybe it was like 4 pages. Had like my apartment, because I was moving. It was pretty empty, and so the whole tone of the movie or short or whatever was like this guy that is kind of in a monotonous kind of rut. And so it worked really good because the only thing in our living room was one chair. And so when he came home and he just saw the chair, it really worked well. Oh, and a fish tank that my friend moved to D.C. and left me the fish tank to deal with.
So how much was that real life? Close.
Well, it was easy to write.
The fish tank for sure, right?
The fish tank is, if you sit and stare at a fish tank for a long time, you can get a lot of health benefits from it. I've read that, but also kind of just kind of made that up sort of too. But no,
now people are going to listen to this and then try it. And if you do try it, give us feedback.
Let us know. Write in, please.
I'm not sure if it's a cure for cancer, but
right.
But probably for at least a moment, your mind, probably
just
less stress. You're seeing the
I would do that. It was kind of like chill. But anyway, so the short was about this guy that was kind of in a rut. He didn't have much going in his life, and so this empty apartment, epitomized that. And it was kind of cool that we had that moment to do it. And we only had a day or two, and we just shot it. And my friend Chris at the time was like, I want to help you do your first short and get it done, because a lot of people. The big thing is people say they're going to do it, and they start it, and then they don't follow through. They don't get done. And that happens a lot. It's happened to me at different other times.
You're saying creators, you're not talking about people helping you. You're talking about someone who's actually directing, writing, whatever.
Right. They'll start the project, and it just gets, because you're dealing with small budgets, or you're dealing with no budget. And then you got everybody that have day jobs and all this stuff. So it's really hard to keep it together.
Right.
And so I've had a short film fall, my own, and that happens sometimes. But you learn from, you move on.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. So.
Well, we're going to talk your film history and stuff, and definitely social media stuff. But give us a little background. You're
Sure.
an Indiana person.
Well, I currently live in New Albany, Indiana.
Take us back before Indiana. What was it?
Before that, lived in Louisville.
Okay.
Moved here for graduate school. Have a master's in social work.
Okay.
I did that I was a therapist on and off for about like 7 years. I worked in Jeffersonville and Clarksville, so Indiana.
Behavioral type?
Yeah, I guess you'd say family therapy or individual, that kind of thing. So I did that for a while. I've had a lot of, one thing that my friends know is I've had some just all kinds of jobs. Like my resume looks schizophrenic. It's like got so many things on it. I've had people that go over.
Some people would call it experience.
That's right, experience. Or broad range.
Yeah.
A myriad of topics.
There you go.
But yeah, so I did that for a while, and then that just wasn't working. So I just took various jobs. I wanted a job that I didn't have to take home, because I was really engaged with my clients. I was like their biggest cheerleader,
right?
And it's hard to take that home every single time.
When you say taking home, like the conversations, the experience you're having with them,
just all the heaviness of it.
Yeah,
right. You really have
I'm
to.
sure you're hearing some heavy shit along the way.
Yeah, you really have to. One thing that one of my colleagues said one time is you have to really learn to insulate yourself. So you have to be able to be present, of course, and also listen,
right,
but also be insulated. Therefore you have your own life, your own agenda, your own way of dealing with all those things. And I was new, and so I was learning those kind of things, and I kind of got out. I kind of got out pretty quick.
Well, some people would maybe say that you bringing some of that heaviness home with you was it's kind of being human. I mean,
yeah, no, I mean you can't not be affected when somebody tells you something just horrible that you had to listen to.
Yeah, I can't imagine locking the door at the office and leaving all that stuff in there. So.
Yeah, everyone, like all my friends have different ways of, my colleagues that still are in practice,
right?
They have different ways of dealing with it. So, but for me, it wasn't a good fit.
Okay.
It was yeah.
So you moved on from that. How long ago was that?
That would have been like, I'm terrible with time and dates, by the way. I just want to put that out there. My friends already know it, so when they listen to this, they're like, he has no idea when my birthday. I don't. Time is
the
like.
world will forgive you if you get a date wrong.
Time is relative.
Yeah, okay.
Like 2007, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, like that, I think. So 4 or 5.
Over 10 years right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So,
right.
But yeah, I just wanted to kind of explore other things, I mean, just to throw a few things out. I went to work at a vet clinic. Let me tell you, the patients don't talk back. So that's actually kind of good sometimes.
At the vet clinic.
Yeah, the vet clinic, yeah.
I know, but there's some loud barking.
There's some barking going on. But I loved it. It was nice. It was a good change, and I just did admin stuff, so scheduling and that kind of thing. So, yeah, I did that. I did sound at is it Comedy? What is it right now?
Comedy Caravan.
No, I think it's a Caravan now.
Oh, I think so. Right,
okay.
Yeah.
I did sound there. So
you're talking about down the street,
like 5 blocks or so. Yeah, I did the sound there. So like in the old days, I think they still use this recording tape now. But back in the old days, you had to every night was live. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to you had to it's showtime. You had to go, and messed up horribly at times. I mean, wrong music, wrong name. Like instead of Keith, I'll probably get it wrong anyway. Keith Alberstadt, it's Steve Alberstadt or something, and I was like, Steve is like less successful brother, or you know, I mean, you know, you had to kind of
improv, man.
Yeah, I didn't actually say that.
Did
but
you
I thought it was really funny.
the, you know, the unspoken for comedian in the room too? Were you trying to be part of the night?
No, actually, I wanted to be like hidden. A lot of times, people would point out the guy in the sound booth. Everybody turning this, and I would just kind of like duck or whatever. I was like, no, I just want to be kind of a fly on the wall and be disappear. But no, my friend Zach come up with that. Steve is less successful brother on the fly.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
We'll give credit to Zach out in Arizona.
Zach. So is that your kind of your first taste of getting into like sound engineering and all that kind of?
Yeah, well, I did co-host a show with Sean Gabriel Pearson at Crescent Hill Radio.
Is that after? The
I think that was before. And once again, I'm terrible with. Yeah, I mean, I'm just telling you, it's terrible.
Potato.
No, I'm pretty sure it was before or during or something, and I really liked it.
Yeah,
you know, I really liked it. I get excited about the people that were there and get to know their story.
So this was a talk show.
Yes, it was just straight talk show.
Any topic, you know, no topics.
I mean, we'd have a music guest.
Okay.
That guy from
so were you
Code Red?
Okay.
Is that the group?
Code
They did something with Hillbillies for a while.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Code Red. He came in. He was great. Forget his name.
So was your guest in the music scene, or was it you talked to anybody?
So Sean set it up, and he would try to get different pieces of different art.
Okay.
Like from Louisville. Okay. So it'd be possibly. So Tana, she's a model actress. She came on. The guy from Code Red. We even had a call in from people that were on a sailboat. It was. I'm trying to think.
As in on water.
Yes. Mike Nusser and Jonathan Vandiver and somebody else, but they were doing some kind of boating thing, and they called in. It was kind of cool.
They called because they were the guests that night, or they were
the guests that day. They were part of the guests. They were like, "What's going on?" They're like, "Well, we're out here on the wherever."
And of course, this is a live show because
it's straight live.
At this time, is it on FM?
Oh wait, let me think. Yes, it was. I guess it was. It was on AM at that time. But still, I guess, you're right. It was on. Yeah. I mean, it's nerve-wracking, but it's kind of exciting, too, because you're in there and it's creating going, like, immediately.
It's on a whim, and if you screw up,
you screw up.
Yeah, and you move on.
And we say something about it and move on.
But on that platform, you can't say those 7 no-no words.
You can't.
Here you can.
Here you can say what you want.
Say what you want.
That's right.
Be what you want. Say what you want. Totally unfiltered. But I digress.
Yeah, you're right. So it was I've done things like that, and the short film thing, and one thing you said earlier where small budgets and films started taking off when the DSLR became available. That's when like everybody grabbed one and just started making movies. Because you're like $600 opposed to 4,000 or whatever it was. And so that's where the big boom came from was the DSLR from like Canon, and different people made them. But
great quality.
Yeah. I mean, it's all HD and, really hard to focus. You had to have either a focus pull or a focus ring or something.
Right.
But if you're static shots, you're set up, we could do stuff, seen here easily just on a tripod.
Yeah.
So, that's where the real boom came, or that's what I saw.
I was going to ask you when, but obviously there's an asterisk every time I ask you a date because we don't know.
I mean, I'm just I'll do my best. Even like when somebody asks like, when did you date like so and so, and I'm like, I mean like at least.
When were you born?
1973.
Are you sure?
I am positive about that.
That's the year. Can we pin it down?
My mom will text me.
Can we go further? The month and the day, those two numbers as well.
It's March 27th.
Okay, there you go. All right,
March 27th, 1973.
He does.
I'm getting old, man.
I'm a little older than you. But
just a little older.
We'll keep it at that. So you at this point, you're getting film equipment, and I
was doing a lot of different, working with different people at different times before. So this is prior to like really getting into like the industry when it really started to boom here, and I've had some really bad like PA jobs that we get. that we could discuss. I love the people I worked with, but sometimes they were really some beaters. They were they beat you up.
Yeah,
it was rough.
In some weird way, it's living and learning. It's you'll know what to do better or what not to do the next time. So
yeah, and people there for guidance too. That helps. So, back up even farther, I did photography before this.
Okay.
So my dad kind of got me in that. He's always taking pictures and that kind of thing. So, so it's evolved, and writing scripts. I even wrote a pilot for a TV that we sent off to different people of different agencies to get their input, and we copyrighted it and stuff. My co-writer Cassie, and it was pretty horrendous. But they give us some pointers. Or this one guy told us we should stop writing altogether. Which
that's one view.
He said, if you're not, here's what his exact words. He said, if you're not writing like True Detective, which is a great show, you should
was
just
that
stop writing.
The theme of what you're writing? Some type of a detective?
No, we were writing about like it was like a what do you call it? Like a nurse silent killer in a assisted living home.
Oh,
called ready.
Go.
Bellwether is the name of the facility.
Oh.
Cassie's totally just dying right now because she knows how bad it is.
Was this supposed to be like a TV episode? Or?
Yeah,
okay.
It was episodic. It was we ended up having like 20-something characters. We're like, wait a minute,
20.
We should stop with the characters because we have to write all these plot lines. This is crazy. It was crazy. We had this detective. His name was like, I don't remember his name, but he was hooked on pills, and he's, popping them in his car and his, before he goes into like interrogate and stuff, and they help him think. He says, and that kind of stuff. So it was an interesting project that went nowhere.
But you got it complete enough where you did copyright it, correct?
We did. We copyrighted that or this other thing we did. I just know that I remember the paper that we got that said it was copyrighted. So me and Cassie would meet every morning at Starbucks. It was back when I was doing a lot of freelance, and so I had free time when I wasn't working, and we just meet and write at the same spot, which is Stephen King or all those guys say they have one desk that they sit at, that they just write, But I enjoy writing to a point, but not like the crazy writers that you see that just like love it. Not for me. I mean, I don't mind to create. I've written songs too. I play guitar, and I've been in a band and all that jazz. But when I just hear other songs that people are making, that are way, way better, like an Avett Brothers or the Killers or whoever else, Jason Isbell, whoever, pick one. And then you listen, and I listen to mine. Like, maybe I should let them.
Well, I mean,
but you know what I mean. It's not. I mean,
I mean, that would be like, the bar is, in with writing lyrics to a song, for the most part, it's set very high.
Right.
And then, but that's where you just have to,
keep trying.
Keep doing it. And
that's.
I guess eventually, if you would know, you should realize that eventually, maybe that's not your talent.
Yeah, I mean, comes a time I think where it's like that ship has sailed.
So writing music, has that ship sailed?
I don't know. I still get a jingle,
but I
still play. No, I still take lessons and I still play, and I've gotten pretty good lately, but in the old days I used to work on just chords, and now I'm working on more like of the theory and that kind of stuff. So like I've grown a lot, but I put a lot of dedication, not a lot of time into it. So you have to, of anything that you want to do.
It's a good hobby.
It's fun.
It's a great profession if you can master it, but definitely it's a great hobby.
Oh yeah, it's my therapy. I call it.
It is.
Yeah.
Film industry, you're still involved.
A little bit. So the tax incentives got kind of Excuse me.
No. I'm
mangled.
Suffering with you.
Yeah, I told you I got like a sinus. The summer sinus.
Yeah,
The deadly summer cold. They have good water here. So it got kind of mangled. It got kind of changed. I don't know if you know much about. I don't know a ton about it, to be honest with you.
I know enough. But
yeah, me too. Yeah. And so a lot of things have just kind of dried up. The last thing I worked on was, I don't even know. Here he goes with dates again. No, the last thing I worked on that was like pretty big was, the Ted Bundy movie that's on Netflix. Good Lord, how did I forget that one? Yeah, Alan Forbes was the coordinator out of Cincinnati that I worked with directly.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Turned out pretty good. Have you seen it on Netflix?
I have not.
Zac Efron.
It's on my, I have not seen it yet. It's
they did a good job.
Watch list or yeah.
We tried to have it here. What I did was I went out and tried to find everything that they needed, gels.
Where was this at? It was in Cincinnati?
Where did they actually ended up in Covington.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think like northern Kentucky.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah. And this, what they want to do, it was like a period piece, of course, because of, back when he was doing all of his stuff. And then it was going to court. I don't know if you, when you first start doing, let me back up, sorry. Location scout. That's what I did mostly for a lot of different things. And that's what I was hired for.
So elaborate. What does that
Location scout. So they'll send me the script so I get kind of a feel. Because if, like, they need a courtroom and it needs to have a room off to the side of it, well, we can't just create one. It has to actually fit that, scene or whatever. Right. So they send me the script. They send me the location breakdown. So we need a jail. We need a school. We need a courtroom. We need a whatever. So then, I just take that and I try to go match those things up. I'll take pictures. I'll send them back and they'll look and be like, the producer says no or yes or...
Right. And how many of those, and this is interesting stuff because I think some of my other guests kind of hinted or touched on some of this, but we didn't go into really detail. If you're doing this, a location scout, is that what you...
That's what it's called.
If, would these locations, these venues be still in a working capacity, open capacity?
Depends. It depends. I'm trying to think of a location. Okay. Sorry. Eastgate Shopping Center.
Right.
A little movie come out called Clowfish Killer. Did pretty well on VOD. It was had a release at Village 8 for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
And we had to use just a portion of it. So we had pylons up, and I'm in like a vest and trying to stop people, and it's Saturday morning, so they really won't be stopped trying to go to Kroger.
Right.
That's really sits well with them, by the way. And so, but no, we're shooting our movie like over here, guys. So we need you to, you need eggs. Oh, okay, but you know what I mean. Like it's like we are absolutely hijacking their morning. Yeah. We get it. Like it's going to be bad. It's going to be...
Do you have to get permission from...
Yes.
You do.
So what I would do is... what's his name? Rogers. He owns a bunch of those Rogers. I talked to several people. And so you just get permission. Hey, yeah, you can use this portion of it or whatever. Right. I called this guy about the strip mall. We had another idea. Oh, the one at... I think it was the one at Havana Rumba. On Shelbyville Road. Okay. And he was all for it. He was ready to meet us, and they were like, no, we didn't like that one. So they went with the Eastgate, and so, they did that one. So, and on this movie, I was assistant location manager, but I ended up being a lot of the scout because the person that was scouting before had to jump off this project to do something else, and so then we had to pick up the slack on that. And so that was still going. When you said that, I just thought of another thing that was still going when we were, filming. I did a reality TV show called So Sharp. It was that dance girl thing on Lifetime with Todd Sharp. It, what's that place on Frankfurt Avenue, the Hub or something? The pub, the Hub.
The Hub.
Where Jenny's Diner used to be.
Yeah, keep talking. I'm gonna have to Google that one. But
Yeah. So that night, and I wasn't there, but I was back at location or the office actually.
Mm-hmm.
But like they had to keep, the place is open, but we have to film in a small section. And before people come in, you have to say, hey, we're filming a TV show here. In case you get on camera, we need you to give consent. Mm-hmm. And so they fill out this paper, they hold it up, we take a picture, and then they go in, and if the editor sees it, it's like, oh, there's a Jim Thomas. Okay, there he is. Okay, great. Or if they're like, no, I don't care, but then you put DNS on their sheet, which is do not show, and they just blur it out. You've seen that on movies and TV and stuff. So that was still going, but there was there's like a restaurant up on Brownsboro, like the Goulash, or I don't even know that. But anyway, and it was still going, and we had to meet them at the front door. And some people just leave. They're just like, I don't want to mess this tonight. We'll come out another time or whatever. Yeah. So the party we're filming is like at a table, and then the cameras are all pointing. There's like 3 or 4 of them. It's, pretty big deal. Mm-hmm. And then the people who are trickling in are, filling consent forms out and, saying it's okay to show their face or whatever.
Yeah. So for those people that have to fill out, that's the first time they're kind of getting wind of this, where they just kind of walk in.
Oh, yeah. We didn't put we have signs up.
Yeah.
So they're always like, make sure the signs are up. Because when you get a sign up, it's like they can see it before they even get there. But sometimes they wouldn't see the sign. They just see my happy face with sitting at the table with all these papers going like, hey,
like, what the hell's going
guess what we're doing tonight? And they're like, this is probably going to upset your evening, but it's going to be fun. You might be on TV.
Yeah.
So we filmed all over the city.
Did you ever have issues where people were just like giving you attitude? Or just
I had a guy do that.
You have ruined my night.
Yeah, I had a guy do that. It was just like, wow, what's happening here? Blah, 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 blah. I'm just coming out here.
As a customer, right?
Yes, sorry. Yeah. Customer. And I was just like, I'm sorry, but like, we're already filming. We're already going. Yeah. And so
what do they do? Do they just turn and leave? Or
some people leave. Some people will just like, just don't show my face. I don't care. And like, okay, whatever. So that's just kind of how that works. But for So Sharp, we filmed like all over the city. Yeah. I mean, we're like 36-1 Bistro or whatever's was right there by Spaghetti Factory. I think it's gone now. Yeah. But we filmed there one night for one of their birthday parties or something with the girls. So it was a dance show about the Lady Cardinals. They won like championships 13 or 20 straight or something crazy.
Between them and University of Kentucky, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
With the cheerleading and the dance teams, right? Yeah.
And so that was what that show was about, called So Sharp, because it was Todd Sharp was the coach.
Okay, now I know what you're talking about.
He has since been removed. We won't talk about that.
I did hear that too. Now, it's all coming together.
It's starting to get scandalous almost.
I know. How? I mean, the best case scenario is that you were filming this stuff right when all that shit was going on.
Right, when it went.
Yeah, that would have been,
Yeah, I mean, like, he.
That's film gold at that point.
And there was a talk. I didn't talk to anybody, but a producer or production coordinator, somebody came in town and was talking about season 2. So I don't know if it got nixed because of that. Yeah, or it got nixed because of ratings. I'm not sure. I just know that they were talking about season 2.
Yeah.
Or that's what I was told. So secondhand knowledge, get secondhand information.
It probably is safe that his publicist probably was playing the ratings card, not the
right. Right, exactly. We're just not going to make it, guys. Just not going to do it. So that was fun, of course. But location scouting has been very interesting. I've been in
Are you still doing
cornfields. Jim Beam, I don't know if you know it, but it's owned by Suntory Liquors. It's from Japan.
Right, yeah.
And so the Japanese film crew wanted to come over and do a commercial. Mm-hmm. And I had to go find cornfields that were sort of green, sort of brown, but not too brown, but not too green.
Right.
I mean, I'm talking like...
So Baby Bear kind of...
It was a wild goose chase.
Did you find it?
Yes. In Union, Kentucky, up by Cincinnati.
How did you land there?
So they sent out a list of some farms to look at.
Okay.
Then I did my own search.
Right.
And so
how would you even start?
It was again.
How would you even know where to start? Because this is like farm one. it's not the farm capital or of the world, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of farms in this state.
Well, that one I helped out. Thank you. I helped out. Adam Snyder is like actually the location scout dude in Louisville, and if he couldn't do something, I got a lot of, hey Adam, could you like help out with this? So I helped him out with those farms. I remember doing that. But yeah, it was like Switcher's Farms or something. It was a huge operation. So the Japanese.
In fairness,
Yeah.
how different? This is me being a little naive because I'm not a farm guy. I'm a city kid.
Yeah.
City guy. At a certain point, don't all farms kind of look the same? Thanks, Jeremy.
Well, I appreciate it.
Well, you're going to enlighten me.
Let me
because
just
evidently they don't.
Let me answer that with not really.
Okay.
They want it to be like kind of deep, but not too deep. There was a lot of different parameters about these farms, and
So
I went up in the silos, so I get like an overview shot, and so they're like, let me go up in the silos. I'm taking pictures.
Well, obviously, some farms, depending on the type of equipment or buildings, there's the difference. But as far as the land and the look,
Oh, right. I mean, the corn's either ready to be.
exactly, tobacco.
I learned a lot about corn.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot about
Did you?
corn. Oh yeah, just when it's picked, when it turns brown, when it.
What point can I pop it?
You can like October, you're screwed.
Okay,
You better get it before that,
gotcha.
or you're not going to. I also learned about corn mazes. A lot of people have corn mazes in these places. I learned
Maize
about,
is in like
maize and MAIZE.
Okay.
A little play on words there. Little for the.
just making sure
for the
'Cause,
kids.
like for Halloween or the scary.
I mean, some people because if
Children
they're-
of the Corn kind of thing.
they're
Isn't that,
farm-
isn't that a movie? Wasn't that a movie?
It was Children of the Corn,
Yeah.
yeah. We had a cornfield like kind of in the backyard. I was scared to death during that time when I grew up with that movie. But so I grew up in Western Kentucky,
Did you?
and like in the country, as they call it. There actually was town, but it was also like not really
I know.
town. Yeah.
I have relatives. My father's side of my father's family come from London, Kentucky.
Okay.
So, there's the London part. It's a town,
Right.
but he lives, outside of London, where it's like, good Lord,
Yeah, that's for us. What kind of thing. So
where you don't see planes flying over, vultures. and
no,
stuff
you
like
don't see planes.
Yeah.
And when it's nighttime,
that. Yeah, it's
nighttime.
But you know
it's
what?
black as your shirt.
And it could the stars though. There have been many nights where I just fell in
Gorgeous.
love.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Yeah, absolutely. But so yeah, I learned a lot about corn, and then this Japanese film crew comes over from Japan. It's hilarious because only one of them speaks like decent English. They call me Adam's son. They called me Adam's son. Yeah, and they were so sweet and so nice, but what the hell they were talking about?
That kind of seems. It just doesn't seem right that and this definitely is not a knock on culture or geographic. Look, it's just for some out of country group to own a Kentucky brewer.
I think it was 3.2 billion. I think. I
Yeah,
looked it up.
I mean, money does talk still.
And I'll tell you one thing. You think Louisvillians or Kentuckians drink a lot of bourbon? The Japanese
Really?
folks, man,
Is it?
they
didn't
can
know.
just put
Yeah.
it down.
Yeah.
They were
That's good.
the whole weekend. So we went to Cumberland Falls,
Yeah.
and so we shot there. They brought a model in, and they literally shot I don't know if you've ever seen Japanese commercials. They're very interesting. This one turned out very strange, but it's like her shoulder and then like her neck and then like part of her head or something, and then pulled out to the thing, and then we were done. And I was like, wow, we got this amazing setting, and you took a picture of her
Start here,
shoulder.
and then it just-
Yeah,
And that was it?
and it was a drone.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Wow.
and the drone folks. That was fun. But yeah, I mean, just I've been doing, when I, for Location Scout, it's taken me all kinds of interesting places. So from cornfields to Courtrooms, jail rooms, jail cells. I've toured the jails.
But that's to do your reconnaissance, if you will.
Yeah, to see if the jail and the courtroom.
Not to appear before the judge.
No, that's right. No, I wasn't being arraigned or anything. Yeah. They're like case 342.
Adam's son is back. Adam's son is back.
That's Adam's son. Oh well, it's funny. But you know the what do you call it? The for the Ted Bundy movie, which a lot of people should watch. It turned out really.
I will. I didn't know
nice.
I really did not know the ties to Kentucky.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
It was. I worked about 3 weeks on it straight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you given a credit in the movie?
You know what? It's funny because I don't know because you know how stupid Netflix.
Well, yeah, because they don't show credits. But
they do this and they go really small.
Yeah, but
and then the new thing starts.
Well, you know what?
Oh, we're gonna find out.
Well, no, I was that internet movie. David,
oh no, yes, I am on that. Yes, I was on. Make sure I didn't. Check.
Well, it's probably safe to say.
Yeah.
If you're on the IMDb.
Yeah,
then you're probably.
I'm on that for that.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I worked on locations for Better Start Running. Was the John Malkovich movie? Mm-hmm. It first started with Monumental. That was the working title, and then it turned to Better Start Running. I think it is. Mm-hmm. And that had a showing at the Brown. That was pretty fun. Oh, wow. And that was interesting. We drove all over Kentucky because we're looking for it's a road trip movie. Mm-hmm. So we're looking at all kinds of like interesting things that we could film and around. And they ended up on 7th Street. So that was he's like, I really want sketch. It was what's his name?
During the day
director.
or night?
Yeah, well, they filmed sometime at night, I think too. But he's like, he's
very colorful at night.
He's kept going. I want sketchy. I want sketch. Yeah. I want more of sketch. And I was like, I got you. Yeah. I mean, we go. Yeah, let's do it. So that was fun too. I worked on that one for Location Scout, and then a movie didn't even make it that I wish would have called Red River. River Runs Red did come here, and that was with George Lopez. I did not work on that. But Red River was some producers in Los Angeles that came here, and I worked with them for about 3 or 4 days, and it was about like a army base, and there was some other stuff. They needed a school and church and all that stuff. And so we found everything, but could not get on Fort Knox to save my life. I tried like everything.
I mean, yeah, there's probably some logistics there.
So then the one lady goes, I'll go back to Los Angeles and I'll make my phone calls and we'll do it. And then it didn't make it.
I don't know.
But they were wonderful people. They were great.
Fort Knox people were? Or the
ladies I worked with.
I was going to say, but going back to the Fort Knox thing, would Fort Knox even allow even a George Clooney movie on base?
He goes, what do you want to do, son? That's exactly what he said.
He said Adam's son. You just didn't hear that part.
Right. He goes, I'm a location scout, and I was just first of all, what am I doing? Like, I'm just a guy calling him saying I'm a location scout, and he just like get on base. But he didn't go for that. He goes, I think last time they let me film here was Stripes, so you ain't got much of a chance. That's what he basically told me. And I went back to the ladies and said, yeah. And the 2nd Street Bridge. Yeah. We all know the little places where he gets out in the car.
Yeah. Is a lot of I'm hearing, Hollywood, if you will, navigate around these parts to do filming. Is it just cheaper? Is that the bottom line?
Yeah, the tax incentive was bringing a lot of people in, and then obviously lower budgets, that they couldn't do somewhere else, because there wasn't a tax incentive, kind of a kickback. And but the coolest thing that I got to do, I think, during my tenure, I'm still doing it. I'm still helping people with locations. I'm working with a few people now. Ronin Films. Yeah. Tommy Baker. Mm-hmm. And just getting a few things for him. Cool. But anyway, so I got to meet the one and only Matthew McConaughey. He came and did all right. Yeah. He came and did a commercial at Wild Turkey.
That's right. I did hear about that.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And
you meet him because of the commercials?
Yeah, I mean, you don't really get to meet him because these, when they're like A-listers, the producers like covetous, they go like,
there's several levels.
Don't look at them. Yeah. And if they do catch you looking at them, act busy like you're doing something, but don't look at them. Yeah. And I was like, I mean, I get that, but he's a normal dude.
He is normal.
He was. We saw each other or whatever. I think he asked for peanuts one time, and I helped get him. I don't know if it was or water or something. I forgot what it was. But anyway, but yeah, it was interesting because I'm standing on this road to try to tell people where we're going to go. Like this whole entourage is coming in. McConaughey and his all of his people, everybody. So every time he goes to a town, he gets a free Lincoln, by the way, because those commercials.
Yeah, he gets it.
So the Lincoln dealer, I guess in Lexington or wherever he was at, give him the Lincoln. So when they're driving in, here comes these black Lincolns, and I'm sure he's one of these or whatever. Well, he rolls up, or he doesn't, but the first Lincoln rolls up and stops and rolls down the window. It's Matthew drove himself.
I drove himself,
which was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, hey, and I was like, we're over here, and I got a little starstruck because it's McConaughey, and I've seen so many of his movies, and but when he rolled down the window, I was like, oh my God, there's like Matthew McConaughey right there, and he just asked me like basically where we're going.
Right.
So it was that was a cool experience. That was like, can I say that now? No, I can say it.
So, still, what are you dabbling in now in film?
Well, what am I dabbling? No, photography a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit more.
More stills photography. Or?
Yeah, I take pictures of billboards. It's a strange job. I take pictures. I drove around the country
with billboards.
Not the country.
Can either advertise some type of a message.
Yeah,
that's being utilized. So you're
right,
so you're
for the company. I take pictures of billboards
for the company.
For a company.
Yeah. And what are you doing with? What are they doing with these pictures? Well, you can't, or you don't have to. But what are you doing with these pictures?
So basically, it lets them know that like the billboard's there.
Okay.
And it also like a lot of times they'll use them for like other things.
So is this for the fact
advertising stuff?
Okay. All right.
No,
you're taking the pictures for the owners of the billboards?
The company that puts the billboards out.
Okay.
And there's only like one in Louisville, so we know who that is.
All right, good.
I mean, I think I can say it. I don't know.
I don't know who it is.
I don't have a clue. But and then bus shelters, very exciting. And they have to be from the road, not from the side. Now there's parameters. And digital billboards. And sometimes when Derby comes in, they'll want like special, what they call glamour shots. And so, the car lights are streaking. And then I don't always do those, but I did the ones for Patron this year. And it was just, they want them nighttime with the digital on the convention center. So I did those for them, with their clients and stuff. So cool. That was kind of neat. It's an interesting job. I drive around, take pictures of billboards. Yeah, and that's it. I mean, that's what. Yeah, but it frees me up to do other stuff. Like,
and what is some of the other stuff you're doing?
What am I doing right now? I don't know. No, I'm playing a lot of music. Like a lot more than
what kind of genre?
Right now, I'm playing like zombie, some older stuff. What else?
As in Rob?
No, it's in whatever it's called, Cranberries.
Cranberries.
Yeah,
the song.
So yeah,
not the artist.
Yeah, Cranberries. So, might be doing some traveling soon. We'll see.
Music related or
no? Another country, possibly. For
pleasure, business?
Yeah, just to hang out with a friend of mine. So, we're so we'll see if I can make it or not. So, we're talking about Italy trip. So trip to Italy. So
nice.
Yeah, we'll be. Yeah, I gotta call him later and tell him.
You definitely have to give me the 411 on that experience.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's crazy. I mean, I've seen pictures.
We've seen
and videos. Yeah. It's not the real thing, though,
one other thing that I want to talk about briefly is you're very engaging on Facebook, social media. What drives you? I mean, what is it? Because I like one of the latest things I saw, and it was cool. You were giving a little shout out to Romeo Langford.
Yes, yeah, I worked on the documentary. Was here.
You actually okay?
Oh, it was a blast.
Okay.
Yeah, and they are the real deal.
Who was involved? I mean, who was that for?
It was a company called Go 90.
Okay.
If you remember, it was a free sports app that used to be, a free sports app. It was called Go 90, and it had like all kinds of documentaries on there. Like they followed like the football players that were going to go pro, and they followed. And
so were they targeting like high school and college kids or
high school mostly?
Okay, all right.
And so this thing called AAU, which is a basketball, and Romeo was in one or on one, and it was called AAU on Point. The problem was the company just ended, and then that got shelved, and so we'll never. But I got to, got to meet his family. Like I said, I run into Tim, his dad, at the Kroger in New Albany, and they're just really, really nice people. And yeah, I definitely. He gets a bad rap a lot. I've seen people are trashing him, even from Indiana, and he had a friend take up for him on Twitter
because him going pro, or
because he's quiet.
Okay,
number one, because he's not going to have some scandal.
Well, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, I'm into sports and stuff, and I think clearly he was one of the top 20 kid. He
was number 3 when we did this documentary.
Yeah, he was top 10 definitely. Coming out of high school,
Zion, and
RJ.
I think RJ, and then I think Romeo was third.
Yeah, and then so he's right up there. And,
he was ridiculous on the court when I watched him play.
Crazy good, and obviously one of the more decorated high school kids to come out of the state, Indiana, the state of Indiana recently. So he goes to Indiana, and Indiana they've not done well lately.
Right.
By what I would think are Indiana standards. Cause it used to be, I'll argue this, I don't think it's a blue blood school now program. It used to be.
Yeah.
But, the expectation is that Romeo was going to come in and,
he's going to be the savior.
And they were going to
go at least to the
NCAA tournament, at least.
Somewhere.
And
they get the NIT.
Yeah, they do the NIT.
Yeah.
And, you knew him coming out of high school that he was going to be one and done, mainly because here's the thing: the NBA dictates that. NBA executives say he's a lottery pick. If the NBA, if the experts with the NBA say you're going to be drafted in the first round, period, you're guaranteed. You got a guaranteed contract for 3 years and a nice chunk of change. A lot of kids are going to go that route.
Yeah,
obviously that was his dream. And then for him, probably, I don't know if this happened, but shoe deals, all this stuff. I mean, it's going to just fall in place for him. And I guess he didn't have the greatest year. I mean, he wasn't. I don't think he won Big Ten like freshman of the year or anything like that. But
yeah, no, I mean, and he just recently came out, and it was very interesting because that what's that? The sports people, Lachlan and Andy Sweeney or whatever. They were like, "There's a real cocky take from Romeo Langford. We got to play it." And basically, all he said was, and it's a cocky take because he give him anything other than just nice guy.
Right.
He said that he played hurt. His hand was hurt. He said, "I did okay. I could have done a lot more things if my hand would have been." But that's basically all he said, which isn't cocky at all.
That being cocky,
right? That's exactly what they said today.
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's not cocky. He's just trying to say that I played hurt. I tried to help so much that I played hurt, and he got Boston, right? Celtics.
Yeah.
14th pick.
Lottery pick. So, I mean, you can't pass that up. And he's a local kid. Even though he's on the other side of the river, I root for the local kids.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they got mad. I think the Indianians are mad because he came there and they were waiting for big things. Excuse me. And sometimes it just doesn't materialize.
Right.
It just doesn't float that way.
And probably in some cases there was people that said, once a few people start saying, well, he could use another year to work on his jump shot or blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
It's saying that it's all in good, but you know
liquid.
What?
He's liquid, man. That's what I call it.
If you're going to...
He flows.
If you're talented enough to get to the NBA, you can develop your skills there.
Right.
And get a fat check.
Right, and I mean he's liquid. You ever see him? He gets the goal. You don't even know how sometimes.
He's a good player, and I had heard he had played somewhat hurt during the season. So.
He played hurt a lot when we saw him. Like he had some kind of back issue, and he kept getting treatment. We were at the tournament in South Carolina. They do a big tournament over there. Zion was there. I got to see him.
These are all AAU leagues.
Yeah, he's a specimen, man. To see him,
he is. He's this next generation.
He's nice,
superstar.
dude.
He's humble.
He come up to Romeo when he was getting treatment. He's like, "Oh, get up! You ain't hurt. Come on!" Like that kind of stuff. They were jawing back and forth, and Romeo was laying down, and the guy was doing his back, like with treatment. He had to have treatment the whole time, and his dad. They said that he had to get his like hips aligned or something, and it fixed his back issue or whatever. That's what Tim and I, like his dad and I was talking to Kroger. So no, I like the guy, man. We hung out with him for I did like 2 or 3 different times when they came in. Just a great kid. I mean, would always take time to because once again I was PA, so I'm there with the releases, because if they are on camera, then I got to get their thing. And one restaurant we did over 50 probably. Yeah. People just kept going is that wrong? Yeah. And you hear them, they come up to me because I had the walkie-talkie and I got the backpack, and they're like, can we go meet it? Like the kids from, is it St. X or Trinity he was going to go to? Anyway, they were the whole table of those kids, and they go, he was going to come to our school. Yeah. And they go, can we go meet him or whatever?
Trinity didn't recruit him hard enough.
Do you think that? I mean, do you?
Yeah, of course. It's notorious with football. I mean, they.
I think it was Trinity. Yeah, I think it was. I don't think it was St. X. I may be wrong, but I know that the kids had told me, they go, he was going to come to our school. They were getting excited and stuff. It was cool. He just a nice guy. So I give him a little shout out. I mean, it doesn't. I want. He with all the craziness and all the negativity and all the scandals and the people shooting and the Ray Lewis and the nightclub and somebody got shot and just so much negative and bad press most of the time with sports. I mean, it's nice to praise a good dude. Yeah, that's the only reason I did it. But to say why I mostly post things that I find amusing. I don't think about other.
I enjoy them.
I don't think about other people.
That's what's it.
And it gets crazy likes these days.
You say that, and because a lot of people, unfortunately, that's a total opposite of why people post it on social media.
Now I used to
get the reaction.
I used to.
Yeah.
There was a time where it just kind of turned where I was like, I just want to post stuff that I like, man. I don't want to worry about anything else.
Yeah. And if people like it, then they're liking it with me because I like it.
Oh, and then, by the way, if I give an opinion about something, I won't. You'll never see my rebuttal.
Yeah.
Because arguing with somebody on Facebook,
they're all everybody on Facebook is some type of badass because they're
trying to put a Band-Aid on the Titanic, hole in the hole. That's what argue. Oh yeah, they're all. It's this thing that Ricky Gervais, I think, said where, your opinions aren't facts. Your opinion's your opinion. You can have your opinion all day long.
They're not facts.
But they're not facts. These days people think...
Yeah, because if it was fact, then it would not be called an opinion.
Or my other favorite thing they do is they find something that agrees with them, and they go, aha!
Yeah.
I told you.
Right, yeah.
I don't... you found one article, and there's 9 million.
Yeah, and there's probably a bunch that contradicts that one article.
Right.
Too.
So it's just it's silly. So I started to just posting stuff I like.
Trump supporters, going to Fox News to get all their,
Fox.
Yeah.
I mean, we know it's biased, and then CNN the other way.
And we get it.
And then I think it's really hard to find anything on bias. It's just because they got to have clicks. Yeah. If I got a fan base,
the whole the news right now it's a ratings thing. It is money. It's money.
Oh, it's absolute money driven.
Yeah. So whether the headline is
follow the money trail.
Follow the money trail.
That's what I always tell people. I'm always follow
Nixon,
the money trail.
That whole scandal. Yep. That's what they said. They really said it during the Mueller investigation, which That's a whole other.
And then they got the Robert De Niro and all them want to like read the Mueller report. And all
Did you
that stuff.
see that? They did a live. I saw.
Dude, that's so like ratings though.
It is.
Like think about that for a second.
Genius.
It is.
That was genius.
Is it CBS or NBC or somebody?
I don't know. I saw
because number one, nobody's watching that anymore.
No.
NBC, CBS, no.
Yeah, no. It's just if it's all.
I don't know
internet.
last time I watched
yeah.
anything on NBC or CBS.
Well, I cut cable a long time ago.
We have a PlayStation View.
People use that. I do the Fire Stick and Netflix and all that stuff. But I rely on YouTube.
But them reading that was genius. It's like, how can we get people to tune in? Oh my gosh, this is gold.
And all those
gold,
all those
Jerry.
people that came on and did it. Just
we could do a whole podcast on Seinfeld. By the way,
I'm not a Seinfeld guy.
It's gold, Jerry. Oh, really?
Not
at all.
I probably what was it? How many seasons? 7, 10, something like
that?
9. I probably saw a couple
or was it
episodes.
8?
I've never been a fan of comedy on TV.
Too funny for you?
No,
too jovial.
That could be I'm always don't make me happy. Don't make me smile. I just know I'm
too enjoyable.
I'm just what that's a good touche. Yeah. I'm a little picky with my comedy. I mean, my Ricky Gervais, I laugh at him.
That's my
Jim
man.
Carrey. I was a Robin Williams guy.
Oh yeah, Robin Williams. Pryor.
I love
Carlin.
Yeah, I mean it was
Murphy.
Which
Eddie.
Oh yeah. But
he really didn't
but
have
Night
a lot.
Seinfeld. No
Seinfeld. What's the deal with 30 peanut? No, okay.
And maybe it was some of the, maybe it was the boy. That's a great take.
I just love it so
Friends,
much.
I didn't get in. But that's that's more of a
did you didn't do Friends?
I didn't do Friends. Like I said, any of that.
I know where I was when I watched.
None of that.
Will and Grace. So I didn't watch that, but I know where I was the last episode of Seinfeld.
Where?
I was at Rafferty's. First of all,
was it a viewing party?
What the hell was I doing at Rafferty's?
Was that a viewing party there?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I was just sitting at a table watching at Rafferty's. That's all I remember. And I was like, then I was sitting there. I was like, why
which is
am I at
genius
Rafferty's
for
watching this?
any place. It was the last episode. Yeah, you do a viewing party.
Yeah, but I thought like, why would I just home and watch it?
I wanted to be around other people.
Not really. I'm not a people person. You know what's interesting? I'll tell you the truth. If it's something I really enjoy, I can be like outgoing, but if it's not, I'm very, very introverted. People don't know that a lot of times.
Really?
Like I'm very introverted. Like if I'm like got to be out, doing and meeting and handshaking and doing stuff. I'm running an event or something.
Right.
I need like a whole day of recoup with just me sitting.
I'm kind of like that too.
On the couch.
Obviously, doing a podcast, I can go out places. This is not tooting my horn. I go out places. I always go by myself because any of the places I go, I'm going to know people, and hang out with people. But then I leave that place, and those people stay there. You go. I live alone.
Okay.
Alone doesn't mean lonely.
Do you have a pet?
I do have a pet.
Okay. Dog?
A dog. When I got my divorce was final in 2007.
Okay.
A couple of months later, I got my badass, manly 6-pound Yorkie, and
Nice.
and he's been with me ever since. He's like my little sidekick.
A beast.
A beast. And not a barker.
What's his name? You didn't.
Reese.
Okay.
So he has that look of a Reese cup. That.
Oh, does he?
That kind of dark.
Yeah.
And chocolate.
Kind of makes me hungry, actually. When you said Reese cup, sorry. No.
Let's in winding this down real quick.
Sir.
I do a rapid fire thing that I call round of shots.
Okay.
Play along.
Do I have to?
Yeah.
There's no other option.
No
is what
options,
you're saying.
yeah.
Okay.
First concert you attended?
What did I attend? I don't even know.
I know you're bad with time, but are you
shows.
Are you bad with events as well?
Oh wait, no. Jars of Clay.
Okay, we're making progress here.
And the Nashville String Machine in the Ryman, which was gorgeous, by the way.
That is,
they were very good.
Cool.
And
I'm actually going there.
It was when they were doing the one hit they had. I can't swim after 40 days in my mind. Okay,
keep going.
No, I'm done. Where's the guitar? Where's the stage?
It's over there. You hear it. This is where That's one other cool thing about doing the podcast here is like I love the background.
Oh yeah, this is a great venue. I've never been there before, so I like it. And there's Wheel of Fortune on behind you.
TV's going. We got music in the background. He's playing. Corey Tyler's here playing from 8 to 11. All right. If you were stuck in an elevator with a celebrity, who would it be?
That's a good one. Wow, there's like, somebody I think is interesting. There's got to be somebody, right? I'm not really huge crazy about celebrities, but probably Johnny Depp.
That
just
would be a
because
good
he
one.
seems like he's just
Very versed.
he's very lived.
Yes.
I don't know another word, but lived.
That's a good. No,
He'd be interesting to talk to.
Definitely,
I think.
that would be. I think he'd be a great podcast guest.
I probably would have said Bono, but he turned into be a big douche.
Yeah, he's very activist. I mean, all
he's
stuff.
a big douche these days.
I'm not. I like.
He whines about the whole Africa thing. Then his
yeah.
tickets are like $1,000 just to like.
I've never. I don't. They're not one of my favorite bands, but I do like a lot of their songs.
But yeah, I think Johnny Depp.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
that'd be fun.
That works for me. If you had a superpower, what would it be?
I mean, everyone says fly, right? I bet everyone says fly. Yeah, they say fly. And then if you say invisible, then you're like the creeper. You're like, I'm gonna be invisible, and I want to like, spy, and so that's not good. How about? I can shapeshift.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I can turn into anything that I want. So I grew up in the 70s, and they had superheroes, super friends, and there was a twin duo,
Wonder Twin Powers,
Power Activate,
yeah.
Form up. It was always a bucket of water
and the
eagle,
right. Yeah.
It's
and then there was a bucket of water or ice or something.
And that's the only time they ever
something
did
like that.
Yeah. So I'd be a Wonder Twin power.
I like it,
preferably.
But wouldn't you need a twin?
I would need maybe I just do like this to my.
Okay, maybe
hit myself and be like, hey, Wonder. Yeah. Wonder single power.
Pet peeve.
Oh boy, there's a lot of them.
Give me one.
Probably say, probably. Yeah, we'll go this one. Singing but not knowing the words. Like you're in a car.
You or someone else?
No, someone else.
Yeah.
And like yes, and
and
it's like just mangling things and just bad singing. I don't know. There's really not. Or music that I don't like that someone else is just loving and singing, and you're like, oh my God, somebody kill me now, kind of thing. So, but I like all genres. So, yeah, I like a lot of music.
It's healthy. It's good.
Oh yeah.
Any scars?
Scars. I have a.
Give me a good scar story.
I have a broken middle finger that's kind of cool. Also, we'd missed my skateboarding days. I had a half pipe that I was getting pretty good on. Then I turned 16, got a car, and I stopped skating.
It's funny.
True story.
You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Go ahead.
But I was ollieing onto this thing with Michael Crisp, out there, and somehow this finger got something and bent back, or whatever, and so I broke this finger.
Owie.
And that really, really hurt.
I'm sure.
It really, really hurt. So, and I don't have a scar, but I have a birthmark like right there, which is interesting.
I said scarred. You give me a broken bone and a birthmark. Okay.
I'm eclectic. I'm a shapeshifter, remember?
Shape-shifting. Wonder Twin power. If you had access to a time machine and can go anywhere in the past, where would you go? Only to observe. You're not going to change the past.
I can just observe.
You're not going to save Jesus from being,
crucified.
No,
That.
You'd just be watching, which is kind of sick. But
that's kind of morbid.
Yeah, I know.
But you're the one that doesn't like comedy, so that.
I like certain comedy now. If
come on, I got to give you some crap about some of this. Come on.
Yeah.
I kind of like. You know what? I like to see like the Spartan stuff. A lot of people don't like the 300 movie. They're like
Gerard Butler, right?
Yeah, everybody kind of foo-fooed on that movie, but I think that'd be pretty cool because like there's nothing like them in terms of like the fighting style and the way they treated their children. They, send the boys off to. Oh yeah, it's crazy. But they had just a brutal like killing force in terms of. But they were also loyal, and they were also. I mean, there was a lot of good things too. It wasn't just like let's just mangle and kill everybody.
I bet you they didn't like comedy either.
I bet they didn't get. I bet they don't get any jokes whatsoever.
Yeah, they're not laughing.
They don't get any
a lot.
knock jokes or anything.
All right, these last three are, to me, what I deem the three most important questions in the world.
Oh, in the world! Oh my goodness, this is a lot of pressure.
The first two are yes or no. The last one, just give me a one-sentence response. Is there a God?
Yes.
Okay. 2, are we alone in the universe?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think there's got to be something else.
And 3, what happens when we die?
Oh, goodness.
One sentence.
In one sentence?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that's a podcast topic in itself, but one sentence.
I don't know where I'm going to heaven.
So that's your next.
That's where I'm going.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think. Have I been good enough?
If you're in a think mode, you might start changing your ways. You might start changing your ways.
You know what? I'm heading to confession after this.
All right. There you
no,
go.
I'm joking. I'm not Catholic. So.
Adam, thanks for hanging out.
Man, it's been a pleasure.
It's been fun. We'll
thanks
do it
for
again.
inviting me. Yeah, I appreciate you inviting me, man. We got a lot more to tap into. I've got some crazy stuff.
Okay.
So
it works for me.
It was a lot of fun, though. I appreciate it.
All right. People connect with you on social media. Where?
Yeah, I guess what is that? Facebook /Adam Lewis.
Yeah.
And I used to do an indie film night. That's no longer
Instagram. You Twitter. You do any of that?
A Twitter, a tweet, or whatever. But it's Adam Film Guy 27.
Not Adam's son.
No. Suntory Lears. No, it's not. Yeah, I used to Instagram, and I no longer Instagram. And I tried the Snapchat for a while, but oh my goodness gracious! You know what's funny? My friend sent me directions on Snapchat, and she didn't. I was like, it's gone. I don't know where you're at. So she didn't know that they just disappear.
Yeah, they do just.
It's gone.
Yeah, I've heard that part, but I don't know.
You don't Snapchat.
I do not. Thanks, brother.
Appreciate it, man.
We'll do it again.
Always.
Okay.